Hey there, happy Friday. Hope you had a great day. I hope you had a great week. First week of February. Done. Right? It is. Today's the 5th. So technically, maybe not exactly the first week, but wasn't every day this week a February day? I think so. Anyway, while we're waiting on people to join, just wanted to remind you to go to coopedup.com to see what I'm posting there. Sign up for my email updates, all that kind of stuff. If you're on the other platforms, I'm cooped up in those places. And wherever you're watching this, listening to this, whatever, click the bell so that you get notified when I come live. And then also send me a text. This is the number to send it to me. It's my community text number. It's not my actual phone. It's a service. And it's 214-949-8599. And it lets us text back and forth. I can send you sweet little nothings, happy birthday greetings, hot tips. I sent out some COVID vaccine hot tips the other day. It's not a group text thing, so you're not going to get a bunch of other people texting you. It's just from me, but it's a way that just another way I can send stuff out that way. So hope y'all are doing well. Hey, Mama. Hey, Eric. Love the scarf. It's funny enough, it's actually a bandana that I just decided to wear like a scarf. It's got a sunshine on it. See that? Yeah. And then I said him, so he's peeking out. That's creepy. Already got that guy right there peeking over my shoulder. And Michelle Condre saying, hey. So today, Todd and I both took the day off and had a little hubby date day. Well, that makes it sound a lot more romantic than it was, but it was still some time we got to spend together. We started the day, as most hubby date days start. We took the Winnebago in for service. The Winnebago Service Center is out on the south side of Fort Worth, almost in Burleson, off of I-35. And so we took Bernadette out there, getting a new water heater because it sprung a leak, having some sort of electrical something fixed. The roof is getting resealed and a couple other things like that. So just little minor things for the most part, getting that fixed. And then while we were over there, I was like, hey, Todd, you've never been to that winery that I'm on the board of, have you? And it's in Burleson. It's called Lost Oak Winery, lostoakwinery.com if you want to visit it. I was like, it's just around the corner. They owe me a case of wine and some other stuff for a meeting that I had to do virtually the other day. Normally they would ship it to me. And I was like, since we're here, let's see what they're doing. Turns out they were bottling today. And so we got to see the bottle. There's a mobile bottling trailer. It's basically what it is. There's 2 of them in Texas that go to all the wineries and help them bottle their wines. And it's like an assembly line, but it keeps them from having to buy that equipment. So they were running the Sauvignon Blancs today through that, and I got a case of that. And then we got to go into the barrel room and all that sort of stuff. Fully masked. We were actually both double masked. And check that out because he'd never seen it. And then we went to motor home sales in Alvarado, Texas. And motor home sales is kind of the mecca of motor homes. So I think it's the largest in the world, maybe, or at least like highest sales in the world or something. It's like Bonkersville, the number that they have. And so we went and we looked at their used supply because we're looking at upgrading to a diesel pusher. As I've said before, a diesel pusher, for those of you who don't know, is the RV term for a diesel engine motor coach. They're heavier, a lot heavier. They're more powerful. They use diesel instead of gasoline, that sort of thing. They tend to be quieter, even though you would think a big diesel engine would be louder. They tend to be better insulated, ride better on the road, partially because of their weight and all that stuff. Anyway, they tow a car better, that sort of thing. And so we were looking at those, and we only buy used. We try to only buy used, anything that has wheels on it so that someone else takes the hit. And here's the thing about RVs. There's not really much benefit to buy a new RV because they all have shit that's fucked up. I've said this before, they're all assembled by meth heads in Iowa and Ohio at the moment. And so you get them and there's someone else is going to have to get the gremlins out of it before you do, and you don't have to take the hit. So, and Kelly is saying that RV place made my brain explode. Too many choices. Yes. Well, we mostly went today to look at the different models and the finishes. So we already have narrowed it down that we're probably going to get either a Tiffin, a Winnebago. Forest Rivers have mixed reviews, and I know that that's what you have, Kelly, and that's what we were going to get. And there was a couple of other brands that I'd never heard of, and we looked and we just wanted to see like how they were finished out. There was also one there that I wanted to see that had been redone. Someone had taken and done what I want to do to Bernadette, and that is repaint all of the cabinetry, take out all of the wood grain stuff and just paint it, put up some wallpaper. They redid all. It's so cute. They took out the cheesy RV sofa, because RVs have really cheesy furniture. Took that out and put in an actual like living room sofa. And they just bolt it to the floor. It's easy. And check that out. And so it wasn't the right one for us because we still want a bunkhouse model. Either that or, sorry, I chipped my nail earlier and I just keep picking at it. Either a bunkhouse model, which has bunk beds, or something that has two sofas that the kids can lay on. So, and Ryan is saying that's where our RV came from. Yes, they had a lot of those. Y'all have a Sprinter, right? The Mercedes Sprinter RV, I think. They had a lot of those. So we went there, and then I had lunch from a QT in Alvarado, Texas. Got some of those, those roller taquito things. That is like the white trashiest thing ever, and I love them so much. They have all the different flavors. I love roller meat. Love roller meat. And so had some of that for lunch and an iced tea. Came home. We actually didn't make it home. We made it home at like 3, and the kids have to be picked up by 3:30. And so did that. And so caught up to now. So that's what we did today. So that was our hubby date today. Sweet. And we're ordering in tonight. I think we're ordering Italian in tonight. So there's a couple down the road from us that owns Camper Revamper. They do those big makeovers. Interesting. I am fascinated with it. Claire is as well. Claire spends time on Pinterest looking at RV revamps, remaking them. And interestingly, there was I get lots of ads now for renting out RVs. We're not renting ours out, but we're thinking about getting this diesel pusher and keeping Bernadette and renting Bernadette out. But I saw some others. There was one there that was the payments on it was a used one, but the payments on it, based on their calculation, were like $480 a month for this motor coach, right? This full size thing. It was older, probably needed a good scrub and maybe some paint and stuff. But $480 a month, and you could lease that out. I mean, based on the calculations I've seen, you can lease this out for thousands of dollars a week. Now you have to store it and take care of it and all that kind of stuff. But it's interesting the kind of secondary economy that exists. So, and you had a great day to go. You had a great day to go for your drive. Yes, it was beautiful. It was so pretty out there. The big blue sky, warm, all of that. So it was a great day. Surely you can get some sponsorship to remodel Bernadette. Think of all the TikToks. I know. I mean, I could do a blog on that alone, right? And Lost Oak Winery, another hot tip, Cupacito. Oh, you're so sweet. Gonna check them out. Yep, they're in Burleson. It's really cute, little country Texas wine. It's all Texas wines. That's actually not what I'm drinking right now, but it is what they are. Cheers to Friday. And my sister loves fried burritos from gas stations. Me too. I love them so much. And actually, I simulated one in the air fryer, and it was fantastic. And probably only 99% of the calories of the other ones. Yeah. So another interesting thing that happened today. So y'all know I told y'all yesterday about this IT fiasco, all of this happening in Rockwall, right? This clinic that someone leaked a link, an internal link, someone there, so that people could make reservations, and a bunch of people did. Link got out. I shared it with friends as well. And they were turning people away yesterday who were showing up and saying, you didn't do it right. We were supposed to call you and do this, blah, blah, blah. That was yesterday. Today, all but one person. I have had dozens of texts this morning and messages of people who were successful today. So if you went yesterday and got turned away, today they were doing it. Just maddening, right? Because we were out and about, and I was at the Winnebago place getting Bernadette checked in for her physical and fix up, and I started getting bling bling, thank you so much. Oh wow, look at my card, that kind of stuff. And I was like, wait, y'all are getting in? you're getting in, and Joe got in today too. And so I don't know. And then I have one person who said that they turned everyone away who was in line. But then people after that said that they got it too. So I don't know what the deal was. And yeah, another friend showed up today from the fraud link. It was not a fraud link, it was a leaked link. And they let him in. I know. I'm literally one person who I know who went today did not get in, and everybody else did. So, but I'm also seeing a lot of people who I checked in on. I was like, hey, by the way, I'm hearing that they're letting people in today. They're, oh, I already got in line now for Monday at Frisco or at Texas Motor Speedway or whatever. So I feel like a lot of the lines are and the waiting lists are getting cleared out as more is getting pumped into the system. So that's promising. So if you didn't get in, but that whole thing, I'm sure last night someone got their ass handed to them, was like, what the fuck happened? Why everyone hates us now? All of this, because it wasn't just, I mean, obviously it wasn't just my friends. I got it from somewhere, and then it branched off from there as well. And they just decided to honor them today. An appointment's an appointment, an arm's an arm, I guess. But if you click on it now, it's like we don't even recognize that health system, or there's no medical facilities. They've changed the link since. But yeah, here's my thing on that though. You know, all this IT stuff, I am really, and I don't have trust issues, and I tend to be an early adopter of technology and all of that. Melissa's saying it looks like they did it to scam the personal info. That's not true. Not true at all. It literally was a link to their reservation system internally that employees were supposed to be using when they called people to make appointments, and then they used it. But for whatever reason, they did not password protect that page. Someone who works at the clinic sent it out, said, this is how you can see our booking system. Book it yourself. And people were just going in and booking it. That's what happened. But there's no scam. I mean, there's no stolen information or anything like that. But I have no trust issues really, and Melissa's saying she does. I'm usually very open, early adopter. I'm like, bad people are going to find me anyway. I'd rather live my life as someone who has joy and occasionally gets taken advantage of, rather than always being on edge and suspicious of things, right? But that said, like, this whole COVID thing has really taught me, like, this whole digital passport thing that they're talking about, where everyone, like, to prove that you've had the vaccine or not, they're wanting you to have an app on your phone that shows that the kind of like a boarding pass, if you will, like a digital boarding pass for that. Like, I'm not afraid of it for me personally, because I mean, I think that information's out there, and you know, but and I have some alerts that tell me about dark web. I use Dashlane is the app that I use to manage passwords and to monitor the dark web for like my email address and stuff. And also if there's any leaks and such, Dashlane alerts you to that. But this digital passport thing, it just seems like it is going to be rife for counterfeiting and screenshotting, and like people who are able to make up fake passport apps that they can just use screenshots and be like, oh yeah, here's mine. And it just gets scanned, because most of the people, here's the thing, if you were showing it to someone, they likely did not get into their job to be in an enforcement role. That's what I think about these clinics as well, is that these people who were given the shots did not become a nurse so that they could become a police officer. They did not want to be a security guard. They do not want to be in enforcement. They want to be in a helping role. And so that's what, I don't know. I think that that we're going to have, how are they going to do that? I don't know. So, so let's see what else. Looks like Collin County was a fiasco. Not sure if it was yesterday or the day before. I needed to register all over again. I'm registered in Dallas, but that's it. Register in Denton County. They are clearing their list, and that is the one at Texas Motor Speedway. Also, depending, Navarro County, which is just south of Dallas, the Corsicana area, is doing a lot of stuff. And Tarrant County is supposedly doing, you can register anywhere. There's no, the Governor Abbott said that they're not allowed to restrict it based on your residency. So, and I've even seen people drive into Abilene and Amarillo and Honey Grove, Texas, and places like that. But Denton is the one that I've heard is doing, just like rocking it, like doing the best. And I think it was like, how many was it a day? It was like not 10,000 a day, certainly not 10. That's number sticking in my head though. They have like 16 lanes going, and it's just like boom, 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 people in and out, like 5 minutes to get the shot, and then you have to wait for 15 minutes. So I would register in Denton County if I were you. And then a lot of the hospital systems are starting to get them now as well. Methodist started yesterday. UT Southwestern's had it for a while. Parkland, which is how I got mine, has it. So yeah, we'll see. And Tarrant County is already vaccinating outside of 1B, Aaron is saying. So sign up in Tarrant County. Those lists are moving pretty fast. Did y'all hear that Christopher Plummer died today? He was the commander from The Sound of Music. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me. I love that song. I love that movie so much. I think he was an arrogant asshole, though. I've seen him in other things, like interviews and such, and he felt to me like he was a really, really arrogant guy. Was he gay? Actually, I don't know. I think he was. But he seemed very, very arrogant, like I'm an actor. But that movie, I love that movie so much. And that's another movie where people watch it at Christmas and at Easter. And I've never understood why you watch that movie at either of those times. But that's like some people have that tradition. We'll watch Sound of Music at Easter, or we'll watch it at Christmas time. I just watch it whenever. I love it. We watched it so much as a kid. We would go bike riding, and the kids would start singing Do Re Mi because the bike riding and Do Re Mi so much. Love it. I might have to watch it. Nope, he was not gay. He was very much not gay. He had 3 wives. We had the arrogance of an older gay man. Hey, y'all, my dad, who had open heart surgery on December 14th, is doing better, and he got his second COVID. He's watching right now. Hey, Dad, got his second COVID shot earlier today. And his doctor told him, it's the Moderna, and his doctor told him that it would be about 10 days for maximum efficacy. Is that the right word? I don't know. Jesus isn't going to show up in an Amazon van to vaccinate you for convenience. You got to register everywhere. Exactly. Just get on all the lists. And if people have hot tips, listen for hot tips. Like I said, I'm going to do a shameless plug. Text me at this number to get on my COVID hot tips list, and I will text you. Here's stuff. I can't be personally responsible for them. Like the one yesterday, I was a little kind of embarrassed by it that some people were getting turned away, and felt bad about it. But at the same time, I was like, I'm just trying to help people at this point. And it's not my job to even filter out who gets it, honestly, because that's their jobs to do. You just have to sign up for it, for God's sake. But anyway, so and then while we were driving today, and I'm running out of topics, actually. I may have other things to talk about. While we were driving today, so if you have any questions, let me know. Comment, please. I may need some filler for another 10 minutes. While we were driving today, there was a remake of a Macy Gray song that I try to say goodbye and I choke, try to walk away and I stumble. So that I Try by Macy Gray. So I was like, we're not fucking old enough to have a Macy Gray. Like that song came out in 1999. I checked. I was already a full-ass grown adult, 2 years out of college, almost 3 years out of college when that song came out the first time. And it may be a remake for all I know. But and now it's been remade again. It's called, they changed the name of it, but some youngster is singing it now. And I'm like, granted, that was 20, 21, 22 years ago. So, I mean, I guess it is primed for a remake, but damn it, that makes me feel old when I'm like singing along to a song and I'm like, wait, I know this song. This song came out when I was already an adult. I did not like that. So Riley just asked, why is Cooper always talking about gay people? Does he have a problem with Riley, I'm like the queen of the gays in Dallas. Oh, I love making fun of gay men, though, because, I also love making fun of myself. That's hilarious. Like, I'm flushed with how funny that is. Michelle is saying, I have to be there super early for my second shot at Parkland on the 25th. Would you like to get up at the crack ass of dawn and take me? I would not. I know I've offered, but well, no, well, let's talk about that. There may be an opportunity because I may be immune by then and I might be able to do that for you. We'll see. Although I don't want to get up that early. I don't even think that they're abiding by the time slots, honestly. It's kind of like just because mine says starting at, like it doesn't even say at 8 o'clock, it says starting at 8, right? And I actually, when mine was at 8 o'clock, I didn't actually get the vaccine until like 10:30. So they were, and supposedly the later in the day you go, I'll keep you posted on that. The later in the day you go, the less busy it is. So I have mine next Tuesday. I think it's at like 12:40 or 1 o'clock or something like that. I'll ask for you and I'll say, hey, I'll call you my grandma or something. How about that? My granny. I just teasing you, Michelle. She has an appointment at 8 o'clock, but she has trouble getting up that early or something. Does she have to be here at exactly that time, or is it just you're slotting appointments for the day? Oh, I'm just messing with you. He just discovered you're gay. Words from a 13-year-old boy. Yeah, your mom's friends are all gay. I think you should be happy that your dad's not gay, Riley. Although I don't think that would have worked out. So Riley is a 13-year-old who's listening to this. Am I cool with the teenagers? So Mason earlier, so he is getting, I've been amping up my dad jokes because he's getting increasingly like, really? So today he instant messages me, Google chats me, G chats, whatever it's called, from school this morning. And he's like, we had a pop quiz, as in pop. Like I didn't know it was coming. And I was like, yeah, I know what a pop quiz is. And I said something like, I was like, I could hear it popping all the way from here. And he just responds, really, ... He's like, really? But he got 100 on it. So good for him. Let's see what y'all are saying, because I actually am out of things. What else? Oh, so I got invited. I'm never actually out of things. I keep a list on the screen over here of things that I just think of throughout the day, and then I make sure I don't talk about all of those on my card in case I need to refresh that. So there's a major magazine here in Dallas that does a lot of award ceremonies. I'm not going to call them out by name because I don't want to get in trouble, but they are having an award ceremony indoors. It's at Gillies. I mean, mind you, it's at Gillies. Have I already talked about this? For some reason, I'm having deja vu. But no, I talked about this on a conference call yesterday. That's why I'm saying this. They're having an indoor event. It's at the end of April. So mind you, there is some time for stuff to change, get caught up or whatever. But they are planning an indoor event at Gillies. And they're like, we can open the doors and all that stuff. I'm like, I'm not going. I'm not going. Even though I'm vaccinated, especially with all the new stuff popping up, I am not going. I just can't believe that are people planning theater things yet? I mean, I know that like they announced, by the way, Hamilton is coming to Dallas Summer Musicals, which probably means it's also going to Bass Hall at the end of the year. And they're planning for that, which hopefully it can happen. We want to go see. I've never seen it live, so we want to go see it. And I promised Claire that if it comes back live, we would go see it. But man, Beth is saying they probably couldn't get out of their contract via force majeure, so going ahead with the event. No, this is an event that, unless they had planned it, this is at the end of April of this year, they wouldn't have made an event plan before last March, right? I mean, they wouldn't have done it like 18 months out, would they? At Gillies on like a Thursday night? I don't know. Maybe. Eric is saying, a boy in my class asked me this morning what the word queer meant. I froze and asked him to use it in a sentence. He showed me a book. Mercifully, it was one of those odd, strange definitions, not the homosexual one. Yes. I actually like the word queer. I think it's one of those words that we're embracing again. You know, like Queer Eye. By the way, Queer Eye is casting in Texas right now. They're going to be making the show in Texas. Hey, Dad, you want on Queer Eye? That's where they redo. Um, Usually straight people, but actually they've started working in lesbians and other folks, gay men too, I think, into it. But the original premise was they got straight guys and straight gals and redid kind of their houses and all that kind of stuff. But they're casting in Texas for Queer Eye. They don't even call it Queer Eye for the straight guy anymore. It's now just called Queer Eye on Netflix. So look it up if you're interested. It's here in Texas. You can nominate people for it. But I just think that it's a word that I don't know. It symbolizes. It's not just like orientation. It's also behavioral, I guess, or I don't know. It's one of those things that's just like it when you see it, but you can't put words to it necessarily. That's kind of how I feel about that. But I like the word. I didn't at first, but I like it now. Now I will never like the F word. Well, not that F word. I like the other F word a lot. Okay. Do you have any other questions before I get out of here? We can just sit here and stare at each other and have a drink. Watch my viewership numbers plummet. Okay. And yeah, I think that is everything that I have got on here. This scarf does not have any naked women on it like yesterday. I still have it. That one's sitting right here. I took it off after the show because it got hot in here. What am I doing this weekend? Oh, it's not time yet. I know. I keep clicking on that one. What am I doing this weekend? So this weekend here's the thing. The weather keeps changing. It was supposed to be cold this weekend, and now they're saying the cold is not going to be here until like Tuesday and Wednesday or Thursday of next week. So I had no real plans to do anything this weekend. Just kind of hang out. I like to sleep in. Here's the thing. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna wake up at 6:30 like I always do, even if I don't want to, and then I'll just lay in bed for an hour or two. But I am going to clean up this room a little bit. We still just have so much just random stuff. I've got a pile of Christmas lights that we took out of the yard, just sitting on the front porch, and so I need to get those put together and all of that stuff. Why do I have a picture of Queen Elizabeth on my shelf? Who? Where's Queen Elizabeth? That right there is Suzanne Sugarbaker with Noelle the pig. That right there is Auntie Mame. It's a card that Eric sent to me. I'm trying to think of who would be Queen Elizabeth. Right there, that is my grandmother, Mamu, my dad's mom. I got a bunch of Mickey Mouses. I got a little unicorn there that's fallen over. Got some Oprah quotes up there. Some Golden Girls business going on. So I don't know. But that would be actually on brand for me to have Queen Elizabeth as well. But instead, I have Suzanne Sugarbaker. Happy vaccine week. Stock up on Tylenol. I have to take Advil because I can't take Tylenol. Because Tylenol, if you drink, it's real dangerous. And I don't have a problem. It's only a problem if it becomes a problem, right? So I'd take Advil instead. Top left, my left. Let's see what that is. Like right there. If that's what you're talking about, that's my grandmother. And then those are the Golden Girls right there. I don't think I have Queen Elizabeth up there, do I? No. It's probably Mamu. That's my mom or my grandmother's name. It will be a lovely weekend for people to head to Snap Clean Car Wash and get their cars washed. Yes, get all the bird poo. I can't even. Here's the weird thing. So I was thinking about car washes today because I saw some when we were driving. The amount of bird shit that is in the world right now because of all of these cedar waxwings that are coming through and eating the berries and then pooping the red stuff, I bet it is really hard to keep your car washed clean. Not just your car, but they go to great extremes to spray it before to keep the little hangy things, the rags or whatever, the washers from getting dirty because then they scratch other people's cars. I bet that's a challenge all in itself right now. Eric, would you like to be on the show to tell us all about the internal operations of car wash magnate that you are? And they told Dad not to take anything unless you have a high fever. I've heard that I've heard that, but I've also heard like our doctor specifically said actually get ahead of it. Like take some Advil before you go to head off the headache. So I think the news has been mixed. Okay, I'm doing grocery pickup at Walmart tomorrow for the first time based on your recommendation. It's easy. Check it. Here's the key though. Check in on your app before you leave your house. It'll say check in to let me know you're coming, and then it tracks where you are so that when you get near it, they're already ready to go, and you literally pull in, and it takes like 2 seconds. Like if you check in when you get there, it takes a long time because then they're pulling it together. But if you check in advance and you go to it, they know you're there and they just wheel it straight up. So make sure you do that. Pro tip. Anyway, I might have you do a live broadcast from our grand opening on February 15th. Welcome to Snap Clean Car Wash. Yes. And by the way, Sarah, congrats on getting your vaccine today. You're one of the successful ones today. I was worried. I'd love to see you decorate your set for the holidays. I did have some garland up at Christmas, but yes, you're right. I should do that. And Stuart is saying, generally speaking, NSAIDs before vaccines are a bad idea. Afterwards is okay. No evidence that this on the effects of this vaccine, though. Yeah, I know. I take Advil like every fucking day from arthritis and everything else. So I probably have so much in my system anyway. So. Alrighty, let's say goodbye then. It was great seeing you. Oh, you don't have to thank me. You certainly don't need to send me a gift. That is for sure. Whatever. However you want to thank me, I will leave that up to your generous spirit. All right, well, let's say goodbye. I hope y'all have a great weekend. I love you. It's important to know you are loved. I love that you watched this. This is my therapy. Thank you so much. And you know what? It's the fucking weekend. Woo woo. Yes. And so I know Valerie's saying Tylenol, not ibuprofen. I can't take Tylenol because it hurts your liver. And if you hurt your liver already intentionally, you probably shouldn't take Tylenol. So have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday for another episode of Cooped Up Live, should I say. Bye.